Righto. We'll jump into it. Cammy will be here in a moment, I hope. So, in the interim, I'll give you all just the rundown to remind you of the fucking havoc that is happening. Within the depths of the capital city of Necros, Godking Baras has stepped into action, finally, to rid his home, his claim on the lone continent, of the undead scourge that has been plaguing it for the past couple of months. You all are currently caught in the crossfire, as you have just rounded out an encounter with some of these undead. A powerful undead familiar to the doctor, in the name of Kreela, tied to her past, as well as some of her minions. The party, after dispatching of these minions, give chase. Part of you, some of you, give chase as Kreela attempts to make her escape, while the rest stay behind to tend to your wounded. Hujan, the doctor, Weaver, followed by Vesha, and Vestra and Esha, sorry, they have similar names, are currently running through the ruined streets. What the fuck happened? Why, Lunabot? Fucking why? What do you want from me?
It was like, oh, your recap is done, so I'm gonna stop now.
I think it left.
It
I
did.
think it shifted, yeah.
Let's play it again.
Okay. Sorry, folks. Play. Give me
Haha.
what I asked for. Anyway, also going to make sure the looping. Okay, so Hujan, Doctor, Weaver, as you guys have given chase out of this crypt buried within the walls of Etidum, you start trying to trail Kreela in the havoc. Screams and roars of undead monsters currently doing battle with the God King echo around you. As you give chase, we are going to play a little skill check game to see if you guys are able to catch Kreela, or at least catch up to her to see where she is going. So, how this little game will work is I will ask each of the three of you to give me a check or some kind of roll in order to aid yourselves in catching up to her. However, every time one of you makes a roll, there will be a contested roll by the Havoc. It'll be a game of 3v3. So, 3 successful rolls on y'all's part. You manage to catch Kreela in her act. 3 successful rolls on the opposing side, and she gets away scot-free. Middle ground, we'll see what happens. But we'll start with who's top of the list? Hujan. As you are currently running up, watching this unfold, you see these hairs, clumps and tendrils of hair that are currently raking across the city, grabbing, tearing, crushing undead. And in the distance, you can see your adversary. What would you like to do in an attempt to catch up to her?
Am I able? Can I just choose whatever skill I want, or
Skill, you can choose an attack. It's up to you.
about how far would you say she is?
She got the drop on you guys a little bit. She was good and out of the chamber by the time you came back up, so I'd say she's probably got at least a good maybe 200-foot lead on you for now.
Okay, I'm just gonna attempt to push myself harder to gain on her.
Okay.
if I can decide, I'd say athletics to just fucking.
Yeah, I would say absolutely. As you sure yourself up and attempt to push your limits, go ahead and roll me that athletics check.
Oh, fuck me!
Unfortunate.
It was almost a 9. Fucking 18. That's a 9.
Unfortunate. Okay. You do fail, so that is. Let me get my little. You get my pencil out. I'll just write it down on this bill that I have that I'll pay later. So these are y'all's checks, and these will be the opposing checks. So, as you're beginning to push yourself, Hujan, your adrenaline, you hear your heart pumping in your ears. When suddenly you hear just something give within your legs as you were fighting earlier. You did not realize that one of these creatures, one of these stray blasts from Kreela, did in fact hit your leg, and you give out for a moment, your allies having to catch you and drag you along, as that is one failure. To make matters worse, against you now stand a number of undead that are currently in the throes of battle, trying to defend themselves from the from the hair. I'm very tired. So I would like each of you, in order to avoid getting caught in the crossfire, to make dex saves for me.
That's a 13. My dice, my virtual dice is cocked.
Mine
Fuck's
is
sake.
too.
Yeah.
No. That's fine. It's fine.
That's
Mhm.
rough. I'll say the DC wasn't that high, but that is unfortunate rolls. As every single one of you eventually gets a little caught in the crossfire, you guys lose ground on Treela as you're having to push these undead away and fight against them. I'll also say for
Question.
that.
Just
Yes,
for the
sir,
sake
what's
of
up?
it, rather than trying
Yeah.
to make a dex save to push them out of the way, could I just make an attack roll to cut them fucking down out of my way?
Sure, yeah. I'll say by all means go ahead and roll an attack roll if you'd like. If
13.
you want to try it. Yeah. The dex check was still made. You still
Yeah.
failed the challenge.
Yeah.
But I'll say a 13, easy enough. You take your great sword and manage to bash one of the already sundering undead. Just this strange ghoul-like creature with elongated fingers. As it's getting dragged away, it grabs you by the ankle, and you just take your great sword and cut the hand off and keep booking it. As it is torn to pieces. Next up, Doctor, I believe. Yes, Doctor, what would you like to do to aid in the chase against Kreela?
So, I have two options that I was weighing, and I thought I was going to be last, so I was still debating.
I'm just going in order. If you want, you can hold off and pass it to Weaver. I'll say that's plenty fair.
It's more so, I'm like, it's either I try to slip-slop through my way to get there quickly,
Mhm.
or I call on higher powers.
Okay. How would you call on higher powers? What would be your method of doing so?
Well, since I still have a singular spell slot,
Mhm.
I could just cast Sanctuary and run.
Okay. Run me what Sanctuary does real quick.
You ward a creature within range against attack. Until the spell ends, any creature who targets the warded creature has to make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, they must choose a new target or just lose the attack or spell.
Okay. That's fair. Yeah, you could certainly do that. I'll say in casting that spell, it'll give you advantage on whatever happens next in the next opposing round. So you can go ahead and cast that.
Yeah.
But I will require a dice roll in order to play to the skill game, essentially.
Yeah, of course.
Mhm.
It was, I either slip my way through or try to call upon Baras to kind of direct a path kind of way.
Okay. Again, how would you go about doing one of those? I figure slip and slide and something like an acrobatics check. But if you wished to call upon Baras, I would say either make a religion or persuasion check.
Make a religion check.
Sure. All right.
Crossing my
ahead.
fingers here.
Make the religion check.
18.
18. That is a success as you, with your
I see
being a
he's
member
here.
of-
Help.
being a member of the clergy, you grip the symbol that you use to practice your worship to Baras, and instinctively, almost in front of you, you watch as some boulders begin to fall, as immediately the hair grabs them and takes these chunks of rock and smashes more undead that are blocking your path, clearing the way for you. Baras seems to be aware of your presence, but is busy at the
Appreciate it.
moment. All right. Well, then the opposing check. Let me double check. Currently, because there are a ton of undead, you see what appears to be another undead that is currently blocking your path. This massive skeletal creature is currently exhaling this noxious fume. As you guys are trucking through, I would ask that you make me con saves. This will give you advantage, Doctor. I know it's not how the spell works, but we're kind of running with it for now.
Well, I also don't have to breathe.
You also don't have to breathe. So if you want, you can give your advantage to someone else, because it does say you can target someone.
True.
It's breathing a fume.
Hmm.
What does this fume cause?
It is just a fume.
Just
it
a
is just
fume.
noxious gas. Yeah.
Okay.
It is to blind you, make you slower. I'm coming up with it on the fly.
Fair. 8.
Hell yeah.
I was gonna say, is there any kind of disease that it is, or what?
I was gonna say call even or odd for each of you, and I'll roll a dice to see who gets it. Because if I don't have to breathe, why not?
Sure, yeah. I'll say that you can forego this one, but it'd be on.
That's what I said. I was just like call even or odd, and I'll roll a dice.
Odd.
All right.
All right.
That's a 2. It goes to Mystic.
All right.
Hey.
You can re-roll.
I'll roll again. Why not? Try to get higher. Never mind. Okay, 11's my highest.
11's your highest. Unfortunately, again, these are decently high DCs. Like, Doctor, you managed to get through, but you see both Weaver and Hujan still struggling to manage to keep up, unfortunately, as you do lose a little more ground against Kreela. She's essentially, you made a fail. No, sorry, I'm looking at the little thingy. 2 fails and 2 successes. So you're kind of on board. You're back up to a square one with her now. You can just see her in the distance. We'll move on to the last round of this little skill check. Weaver, what would you like to attempt to do in order to gain some ground?
All right. Considering there's a whole bunch of undead in our way, I'm going to play the social game.
Mm-hmm.
Using the fact that I'm still probably covered in blood and ash to deceive my way past a group of undead.
100% fair. Let's
Walking Dead that
go
shit.
for it.
Let's
Yeah,
go.
Walking Dead that
And
shit.
Shaun of the Dead, just the mother walking through it.
I love it. I love it. Sure. You begin just wailing and making yourself seem as undead as possible. Roll your deception check. I'll say the DC is fairly low for this because I just like the idea.
17.
17. That is another success on y'all's part. Y'all watch as Weaver starts mimicking this frenzied undead and running. And all the other undead seem to part, allowing you guys to pass.
I don't know what the fuck you're doing, but you keep doing that.
Might be offended.
Beautiful. Well then, with a final obstacle in your way, you watch as the ground beneath you in the chaos begins to sort of split and crack as it becomes slightly difficult terrain. I'd like each of you to make athletics checks in an attempt to get across.
Can I use knowledge of a past life, please?
You can use knowledge of a past life.
Since my athletics is a plus
What
0.
the fuck?
Dude!
Oh my god.
That's so many twos! I'm so sorry.
I need a
Chick.
knowledge of a past life. That's
22.
A 22 from Weaver is definitely gonna help.
10.
More twos.
Okay, a 10. I'll say with this, because it is so split, because Weaver got extremely high. Weaver, you managed to sit a bip bop and dart on through. Hujan, unfortunately, that leg is still bumming you out, and you catch yourself on a bit of the debris, straggling. Doctor, you're also just struggling to make these obstacles in your way.
I told you, it's the heels.
I'm not strong.
I know. It's just
I'm dead.
checks. Well, I'll say generally that consists as a fail since the three of you, but Weaver, you're a little bit ahead, but it does even out to 3 and 3. So, for the fuck of it, because we'll see what happens, we're just gonna do a game of rollsies to see the final roll. Who wants to rollsies me? In order to see if you guys can catch Kreela.
Come on,
It
Jake.
would make sense that Inno does it because it's Inno's baddie.
You know, you wanna do?
Sure. D20.
Sounds like she's in pain.
Yeah.
I'm in pain because
You
I
know
know
what?
my rolls.
Hey, Enno,
Yeah, but it's your baddie.
it's your baddie. You choose.
Mm.
Oh, I like that better.
Oh. Okay. I mean, not mechanics wise. Placement wise, it would make sense for Weaver to do it since he's the farthest ahead right now.
Okay. Okay.
Fuck.
It's riding on you, Mystic.
No pressure. That's
I
a
rolled.
d20, yep.
So,
16.
16. You do manage to beat me out. I rolled a 9.
Hey!
I rolled
Yeah!
my natural. I rolled my normal dice just to see, and it was a 19. And I was sitting here like,
Mm,
Digital dice be fucking with us.
yeah, digital dice are kind of fucky. But with that out of the way, you guys manage to, as a group, pull together and charge ahead as you watch Kreela dart towards one of the outer walls of this layer of the city. And following up, you do manage to catch her as you see her reach what appears to be a glyph on this cavern wall, freshly carved. Doctor, you don't remember ever seeing anything like this here before. And as she does this, she turns to you lot, seeing you advance. And then there's a brief moment where she touches it, and you see the runes begin to glow. What would you like to do?
I like to throw 2 Eldritch Blasts at the glyph to try and break it.
Okay, sure. I'll say with that, go ahead and roll me your attacks.
That's a
Yes.
17
Okay.
and a dirty 20.
Okay, I'm pretty sure both of those hit the AC for stone. Go ahead and roll me your damage.
That is max damage on the first one
Okay.
and 2 damage on the second.
Okay.
Do I not get
check.
pluses to the damage for Eldritch Blast?
No, it's a
No.
cantrip. You need an
You
get-
invocation to do so.
Yeah, if you have the
Okay.
invocation.
Okay.
So it's 12 damage. So
I just want to create a hole in the... essentially crush some of the stone to make the glyph imperfect.
that is fair. You do manage to strike the glyph, and as you do, you watch bits of stone begin to crack and break. But unfortunately, the stone does manage to endure just enough. Looking at the HP that I have here for objects and whatnot, you needed to get 18 damage to
Well,
do
it's
it.
12.
So,
If anyone else hits it and does more...
So, does anyone else want to give a try at breaking this glyph? What ranged abilities do you have?
What's our spacing?
Currently, you're closing the gap. Hujan has a range of 120, so you're at least 120 feet away.
Okay. Just trying to think of-
The only things that I have to do that are fucking saving throw bullshit.
I have
Make
one
a
thing.
saving throw stone.
Yeah.
Sacred
one
flame of
thing.
stone.
Okay. What you got?
And that is a bomb.
You do have a bomb.
Do
That's
it.
my last bomb.
The range of a bomb. It's a thrown. It'd be a thrown thing. I don't know what the range for bombs are.
I can
don't-
throw it at a point up to 60 feet.
up to 60 feet.
Light it. And shoot it.
Bomb arrows.
Yes.
Good attempt. That would be
If Mike would allow...
80
obviously.
feet with a short bow.
It'd be disadvantage if you
Without
wanted to-
disadvantage, yeah.
Yeah.
Which
I'll
will
say
make-
if you want to try at being at disadvantage, I have the AC for the stone. It would certainly make things very interesting. So
How big is the explosion radius?
It's not huge. Let me see.
like a 10-foot radius, I think.
I think it's 10 or 5 feet. Each creature within 5 feet of that point.
Mhm. So,
They do a dex save or take 3d6 fire damage.
so it's like a 15-foot square.
Okay.
All right.
You know what you have to hit.
Yeah. Okay. I will short bow it
Okay.
for flavor.
All right. You take this bomb, light it, shove it on the end of your arrow. However you decide to do that is up to you.
Mhm.
But in the moment it's glowing, you watch as she's beginning to fade almost. She seems to be having a getaway plan.
All right. So it's disadvantage, yes?
Yep, it's a disadvantage.
18.
Let me double check. What was it again? Where's the stone?
Holy shit.
You just managed to beat the AC. Roll the damage. I'm pretty sure you.
Oh,
I'm
fuck
pretty
yes!
sure you do it. But I'm pretty sure you do manage to.
12 damage.
Yeah,
Oh.
no. He watches as the glyph is glowing. She turns to you, this smile. Weaver, you pull out this arrow, reel it back. There's a fuse on it, and she looks at it for a second. It's like,
Hello.
as it fizzles off
Does
in
that
her
mean that she
direction.
also has to make a dex save?
Make a dex
Let's
save. Let me.
go!
If she... Wait, this, hold on. Oh, I pressed the wrong button. No, come back.
Baby, come back.
Just trying to read the rules of bomb.
I implore pity on the
She needs to
DM
make a
and ask
DC
if she
12.
can make it at disadvantage. No.
Let me
Dex-
see what her
Dexterity of 12 for a bomb.
dex save of 12. Let me go ahead.
That is
and roll
surprisingly
that.
low.
It's very like minor bomb. I think you can get bigger ones.
Yeah.
Fair.
This is a little sticky dynamite.
Yeah, no, she does manage to save, so she takes half the damage.
So yeah, that'd be 6 damage.
Okay. 6 damage. All right. Yeah. As she takes it, it explodes. The wall cracks as you watch the exterior break, and within this wall, just it crumbles as Kreela is thrown back. The explosion seeming to catch the attention as you guys rush up to her. She readies and looks as though she's about to strike you all with a spell when all of a sudden a large tangled tentacle of hair grabs her. She screams, "No! No, not yet!" as she is carried off into the shadows of the city.
Bye, bitch.
I just said hello to her. Alright.
Hello.
Oh, bye.
Finally stopping, Hujan's going to look at his fucking leg that was giving him trouble, and he's just and just hitting it.
1 damage. 1 unconscious.
I've got 22 times I can hit myself before I go out.
Yeah.
Well, shit.
He just hits a couple times, just like,
You might want to stop him at, like, 7.
Oh.
21.
Make sure you count for however many points of bludgeoning damage you take to get that break, buddy. The game rule that I have, it's never coming to play unless you self-harm.
He's not
man.
trying to hurt himself, he's just
I
hitting
know,
it.
yeah.
Like, fuck, in frustration.
He's angry.
But with that, Kreela has been apprehended and is not getting away. She now has to answer to the God King. But with that, let me just... Okay, I'm trying to figure out the new music bot real quick, so let me take a little look-see.
If you want to skip, you have to do the same thing as the last music bot, which is like, hey, don't loop
Yeah.
anymore, please.
Yes, so let me turn the
Just
loop
don't.
off. No.
Don't.
Maybe don't.
Disable the loop. Okay, cool. And now...
You thought about maybe not doing that?
Yeah.
I have to get rid of my last bomb.
I'm
Thought
sorry.
it was well worth it.
But it was
You-
well worth it.
We'll
You
get more.
fucked up Kreela's getaway plan, and now she's been apprehended. We are gonna skip off to the next song, as you all above have managed to thwart Kreela's escape. Meanwhile, the folks below, sorry, just it's getting a little wacky using this new bot, having to adapt. Let me double check a few things real quick. I'll say I'm just gonna message Cammy real quick because she's down there with them. You good?
I fucking went over to the Wrath of the God Kings on Roll20 thing, and fucking every single notification of Weaver's rolls went off all at once.
I just got that
Oh,
too.
yeah. Crazy.
I usually mute the tab, but I fucking forgot. Ow.
There now.
What?
But currently, in this crypt below, the battle having just happened. Oh wait, I was gonna message Cammy. See if she Cammy.
Carry my mama.
Great impersonation. That's what got me past the.
You should have gotten full Minecraft.
That was more chowder.
First I went, and then I went,
And then I went.
blew the fuck up out of a wall.
And then I went, ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah. Creative.
Ooh.
I should. I wish I had a soundboard. The Minecraft explosion noise just ready.
Huh. Huh.
Hey guys, we're gonna do villager roleplay till 10. Becomes the zombie villager.
Mandy Pandy likes the so somebody hit a nice yeah, there you go.
This hasn't been a vocal stim of mine for a long time. I don't know what you're talking about.
Singing lessons got me very far. That's
To everyone watching at home or on YouTube, I hope you are a big fan of Minecraft, because you're gonna get this for the next 10 minutes.
We're gonna we'll chill for a little bit while we give Cammy a little bit of time.
Right.
Right.
How do they not know about editing software, please?
I have the D&D Beyond subscription, and I did not realize, because I've had it for so long, how many different variants of digital dice I have
Yeah.
that they just give you.
Yeah, they give you a
How many
lot.
dice you got?
So many dice.
A lot.
And a lot of them
Dice.
aren't great.
I got a lot of dice. Hang on.
What set do you use?
I mostly use the Cauldron dice.
I use the raw amethyst gemstone dice.
Yeah,
Boom shakalaka.
I've rolled very good on those digital dice. I'm
They-
sorry
That's
that you
17 different types of dice.
I'm using the
1,
Baldur's
2,
Gate
3,
one.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
It's a shame that you don't
14.
have this one in for the next campaign, because they have a Sanguine dice set.
Ooh, I have that one. I used that for a little while.
It's a nice one.
I
Yeah.
only have one dice. That is not the one that you just get automatically. And I
Yeah.
got that one for free.
For free.
Oh, I got the one for Baldur's Gate.
Ooh.
Yeah, the Elder Flame.
Oh, that's what that one is?
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Okay.
because when you roll a natural 20, the little chunky dragon shows up on your screen.
Yeah,
Chunky
the dice.
Cute.
I do like the Big V's hands dice. Those ones are pretty cool.
Yeah, the Big V's dice are pretty.
It is very funny though, because I did just enable the raw amethyst dice, because I was like, those feel fun.
I used the dice of heroism for a long time.
Yeah, I was thinking about using the Yule dice for Hazil though.
Yeah, you know, now that you say it, the Elder Flame thing. Or the Thembercod dice set.
Yeah, because
Feels good
I've
for
used the
Hujan.
Cauldron dice for so long.
The Cauldron. I don't know if I have that one.
They're very pretty. They look it looks like essentially like just like a piece of like stone with like
Is it from an adventure book?
I don't know. I
Because
could not tell you where I got these dice. I
I
do have
have
the
those.
Everlasting Rhyme dice, which are really
Same.
pretty too.
Which is why I'm thinking
Yeah.
it might be from an adventure, because I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure I own Rime of the Frost.
It might be
Maiden.
from Tasha, the Tasha's book.
I have all of them.
Mhm.
I have all the source
Oh.
books.
I also enjoy the fuzzy dice. I have fuzzy dice.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a Toby dice set if I've ever seen one.
Yeah.
Fuzzy handcuff dice, yeah.
I do have an old character that would absolutely use this treasure hoard dice set.
I liked that one just because when you rolled a nat 1, it became a fucking mimic.
And then the nat 20, it like opens up
Yeah.
to like a little chest of gold.
That's
yeah.
cute.
I was just looking at like all the different dice that they have in the store, and I'm like, I don't know if I'd ever want to buy just like a set of dice, but some of these are really fucking cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I have exactly 4 dice that I can use. 2 of them being basic.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if
The
I'd ever buy
the dice of the dawn are fucking stunning.
digital dice, but
You guys are fucking stunning.
Yeah, you are.
no,
No,
you're
yeah.
beautiful.
No, you.
No, you're beautiful.
No,
These
you are
dice of the
beautiful.
dawn dice though, because they're fucking pretty.
You're beautiful, son. Jeez, God.
You're
Gone.
beautiful.
You're
It's
beautiful.
true.
It's true.
Oh God.
Okay. It's been about 10 minutes of ramble.
I gotta
Uh,
finish eating it.
It's been like 5 minutes.
Has it been 5 minutes? I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I've got about like 20 minutes before I need to go and try and sleep. So,
Should we just go for it then?
Just go,
run out
quickly,
a
go,
little
go, go.
later. Yeah, we'll go ahead and run. Sorry, Cammy, if you don't make it for this one. It's just timing
We
Job.
love you though.
are rough,
Mm.
but we do love you. Thank you for playing always. But
Natural
Uh,
20.
in the interim, the lot of you that are downstairs have a moment as you feel the presence of Baras as he is going on his rampage through the city. You hear the screams of the undead. Your friends have rushed off after your adversary in hopes to apprehend her. You sit sort of in this silent chamber, the rumbling above. What would you all like to do?
Can I take a look at everybody there and kind of gauge how they're looking?
You certainly can. Hazel looks like shit. Covered in blood and looking just like weak. Like he already looked pretty thin and lanky, but he looks like a little emaciated. Because my hit point max until we sleep is 16, and I'm at 3.
Well, that's not great.
No. And I know that Cammy is currently a little worse for wear too, as I
Yeah.
believe Octavia did in fact have an urn smashed over her head.
Mm.
And was definitely put to work with those whites that were assailing her. Otherwise, you have one unconscious Warforged and Magnus laying on the ground.
But
His
he's
sibling,
stable.
yeah, but he's stable. As Satya currently stands over him, the smaller of the two Warforged, just seeming worried. Meanwhile, Eustace, the wizard, is currently sort of hunched over Magnus and attempting to mend any broken pieces and continuing to stabilize his ally.
I would like to start.
Okay. Then you go a little slack for a moment, as I will ask you to make a wisdom save.
All right. That is a 3.
GG's.
Yeah, no. As a lot of you are sort of sat in this room, you see a moment where Everest sort of blinks, goes a little slack, closes their eyes, opens them again. And there's an entire shift in demeanor. Lydiana, you have the stage.
She's gonna move Everest, so stand up and start moving towards our wizard friend.
Mm-hmm. You sort of take a few steps towards Eustace, this fairly young Earth Genasi individual you've been traveling with for the past couple hours, sort of poring over his wounded ally. Looks up to you. Is everything okay, Everest?
I suppose so. How are you feeling?
I'm all right for the most part. A little shaken by that whole encounter, but I believe I'm fine.
So he's focused on
Focused on Magnus at the moment.
where is his spell book?
Currently bound to his side. It's sort of a handbag or like shoulder satchel.
I want to try to reach for it.
Okay. As you go down to reach for it, are you doing this stealthily or are you just taking it?
She's just gonna take it.
Okay. You reach down, grab the book. He's like, "What? Hey, wait a moment. What are you doing?" As he's going to grab the bag. You currently have it locked in his arms. What are you doing with that? This is my spell book. I need this.
I'm just borrowing it for a little bit.
No, if anything happens, I need to make sure I can do this. What is wrong with you?
What are you gonna do with it? And I'm gonna try to hold it behind my back. What are you gonna do with it if you don't have any more magic pouring from you?
Roll me an intimidation check.
Where is that?
Test it. Okay. This is wisdom.
That is a 15. Plus 3, so 18.
18. You just beat him out. He got a 17. As he's like, what do you mean by that? As immediately Satya, the other Warforged, is going to come up to you and attempt to pry you away from her companion. I'd like you to make me a contested athletics check to avoid being essentially pulled and held back.
That's a 9. It's not great.
It's not great, no. You feel yourself being tugged away from the spell book as Satya sort of does manage to pry you from it. Hazil just kind of watching all this happen. Octavia, I'll say, places her hand on her sword, but is not doing anything at the moment. It's just kind of gauging what the hell's happening.
I don't think you understand how much I need this.
What do you need this for? Satya says. You don't need this. You haven't needed this whole time. You're not a wizard.
She hasn't needed this the whole time. I, on the other hand, could make quite good use of it.
I don't understand what you're saying. But if you do not stop right now, I will have to force you.
I'm going to turn my hand, just palm out towards the downed Warforge. If you touch me again, I'll make sure your friend disappears.
Roll me another intimidation check at advantage.
What the fuck?
Seven.
10.
Oh, 10. All right. Yeah, no. Satya sort of takes a moment. You feel her, what substitutes for muscles, lock up for a moment before they slowly release. At which point she backs off. However, in this time, the wizard, certainly not keen on the situation, is going to, I believe, let me just double check what spells. Use that. He has at his disposal. he's pretty fucking tapped. Yeah, because he
Mm-hmm.
used his mage armor. He already had his polymorph for the day. He used his telekinesis. Yeah, no. He is just going to. You watch as instead he takes his spellbook behind him and is going to transmute, casting Alter Self, and give himself just some natural weapons. As you watch as he sort of grows these claws that begin just shining a bit. He's like, whatever you do, you're not touching my allies.
I don't want to have to hurt them, you know. If you just give it up, I'll go away. It's easy enough.
Everest?
No.
What are you doing? There's no time for this.
No, there's plenty of time for this. It's not like you can do anything to stop me, kitty cat boy.
I certainly can. I don't want to, though.
But would you want to hurt Everest?
To be perfectly honest, I don't really know you or Everest. So if I have to, I will.
I feel the same way.
Okay. With this tense situation, I will ask, are you guys going to engage in combat?
I am going to get that book from him. So he's either going to hand it over or I'm going to jump his.
Okay. With that being the case, then, I would ask
Fucking hell.
Hazil and Everest to roll me initiative,
Okay.
because I am going to initiate a bit of combat.
That's not good, guys. Okay, that's even
No.
worse.
Nope.
I got a 14.
Got a 12.
Yeah, that's
Roll
bad.
for
That's
those
fine.
right here. As Eustace. Okay. Magnus is currently down. Still. Let me make sure Satya has her proper health. Oh, sorry. There we go. And I'll roll for Satya. Ooh. Actually, yeah, I'll roll for Satya in case, but she is hesitating to enter the fray. And then lastly, I will go ahead and just say Octavia is going to play defensively. But rolls that. Okay. So, starting, Satya, seeing all this happen, is going to draw the arm blade, but hold her action to see what's happening. Octavia, also holding an action. Eustace, on the other hand, is very upset with you, Everest, and is going to take the attack action with their natural weapons
Mm-hmm.
and roll an attack. It's a natural 20.
Okay.
That is, let me make sure. Sorry. A 7. That is 7 points of piercing damage as he's going to take the claws and dig them into your side.
All right.
Like, drop this now.
Oh, this is cute.
Okay. That is going to end his turn. So I got to make sure I have his updated health. Sorry. Okay. Cool. Making it your turn, Everest.
Okay. So you're gonna see. Well, I did warn you. and she's going to turn back towards that Warforge and kind of stop. You're really pathetic, you know that? Fine. And she's going to turn back towards the immediate threat.
Okay.
So. And is going to, because she's all intents and purposes Everest, going to swing a weapon at this man.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead and roll.
Oh, fuck. That's a 25.
That definitely is.
Jesus.
Oh, fuck.
That's 10.
Okay. All right, he's still standing.
If you drop it now, I won't have to hurt you. Don't you understand that? She doesn't want to hurt you. If she wanted to, she would have let me kill him. Them. That.
That is my friend.
Fine, she wouldn't. She would have let me kill your friend.
Roll a persuasion check.
All right. $14.
14. Say, given the situation, Eustace looks like he's hesitating. At the very least. He still has the claw ready, but we'll say that ends his turn. Ends your turn as you try to settle him down. Hazil.
Mm-hmm.
What would you like?
I'm gonna use a wild shape as a bonus action.
Ooh.
I'm gonna turn into a black bear.
Okay.
And
shift forms.
with my action, I'm going to essentially try and knock whoever this is prone and hold them down with like a paw, essentially.
Okay.
Just to restrain whoever
grapple.
this is. Yeah, grapple, restrain.
Okay. So I'd say it's an attack roll to knock her prone. Black bears get 2 attacks, correct?
Multi-attack, yeah.
Yeah. So first attack would be to knock her down. So make an attack roll. It's your unarmed strike. So just whatever the bear uses.
Which I guess would be... it's claws, which is melee weapon attack. So I guess it would be... I'll use my... It's a +5, it looks like.
Mhm.
Yeah, +5 unarmed strike.
Okay.
19.
Oh, yeah.
Everest, Lydiana, you are pushed to the ground by this bear. Now, I'd like the two of you to roll. I believe it'd be an athletics check for the bear, and it's an athletics or acrobatics for Everest to try and escape grapple.
All right.
Yeah. Great. And I have the same stats as the bear strength-wise, so...
Fair enough. God.
22.
22 athletics.
20.
Oh.
Just barely managed getting pinned to the ground by this black bear.
But yeah, you're prone, and I'm essentially on top of you. And then in your head, you hear Hazel's voice telling, like, going, "Don't understand whatever you're trying to do here. This is neither the time nor the place." As I use telepathy.
Do you hear thoughts with telepathy like that?
Let me check my telepathic feat. It does not give me the ability to respond telepathically, but you can hear me in your head.
You know what? She's gonna try for it.
Yeah.
Moving things with my phone is weird. If I can get it. Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah. Natural 20.
Oh, yeah.
I'll roll, but yeah, no. So, at the end of this, Hazel, you have her pinned. You watch as Everest goes catatonic for a moment. The eyes sort of widen as Everest, you take 2 points of stress. As you come to, in your head you hear, we're not going to get very far if we keep playing nice with people like this. I'm just telling you.
Oh, fuck off. That's better on chest. Hazel?
You hear in your head, are you back to normal?
Yeah.
I'll lift the paw, but I'm staying in bear form because I have more hit points as a bear right now.
Very fair.
And cautious.
Mm-hmm.
What was I doing?
Once again in your head, you hear, trying to steal the wizard's book. You sounded weird. Different. You tried to kill the Warforged, or threatened to at least.
That part I know about. That part I tried to stop. I stopped it, right?
You stopped it. You did take your great axe to the other one.
Eustace currently holding the gash. I don't know what your deal is, but as long as that is a chance of happening again, Satya, we're leaving. Grab Magnus. We'll see you all on the outside. Maybe. As Eustace is going to sort of hobble forward, still holding his wound, Satya turns to the two of you, 3 of you, technically, with Octavia there, grabs Magnus, scoops him up, and begins making their way out of the tomb.
Bear form just huffs.
Fuck. Don't look at me like that.
Just does another huff and then just like lays it in the flumps down.
They're going to tell someone.
You did try to steal from them.
I don't know if I should stop them or not.
No.
If I have to stop them, that means I have to make them disappear.
I'd say stop it where it is now. It's a minor offense versus a much larger one.
Is it though?
One you can't come back from.
I suppose I'm lucky you're here.
Do a lot of you remain in the tomb for now, or do you eventually make your way back up?
we didn't hear. We just saw our friends run off, so I would assume that Hazel's waiting until they come back.
Yeah, she's not looking forward to going up there right now.
I figure with what's her face detained, we would have made our way back to let them know.
Yes.
Oh, you're gonna run and probably pass by people who are not super thrilled.
Yeah. You do begin making your way back as the undead are quickly being dispatched of by Baras. As I'll ask the three of you that are up top to roll me perception checks.
Perception.
Dang it, my passive 20 isn't gonna cut it.
Your passive 20 would cut it if you want to. This is just, it's not high, but I'm just curious.
16.
You can use
I
your
can
passive.
use it, I can use it.
Yeah,
I don't-
passive is higher, but
Inno can avoid rolling. Inno's gonna avoid
Yeah.
rolling.
That's what I learned.
I know my dice.
Yeah, you
I know
can.
they hate me.
Also, I can talk in your head while I'm in bear and in wild shape.
Bitchin'.
The main reason I took that feat.
As you all are passing through the city, making your way back, at this point, any undead that immediately try to run for you are snatched up by the hair and are thrown across the city to deal with the fall damage. You do, as you're traveling with Esha and Vestra, see the other members of Akerlin's guard approach Eustace holding a fresh wound. Meets up with the lot of you. Well, whatever your friend Everest has going on, I hope you can figure it out. She just tried to kill Magnus. Threatened to kill me and Satya. Vestra, one moment, please.
Busted.
You're in trouble.
Oh,
Somebody told the principal.
right. I'm gonna get in trouble in school. No.
The two of them will sort of look to each other and look to you lot. We don't know what happened, but I'm sure it was a misunderstanding. Eustace, no. Not a misunderstanding. Maybe not with Everest. With whatever else is going on. I don't know. I don't care. We should leave.
I need more
got-
details if I'm going to go and face this. Why?
I don't have any. Why?
Why did she attack you?
She's after my spell book.
How about instead of walking away from all of this, you come with me? We'll fill in the blanks. And if she decides to try anything, I will kill her myself.
Right. Just keep her away from Magnus.
I will say about mid-conversation, Doctor just continued not caring about the conversation at hand. Just continued walking.
What about...
Hearing that... So hearing that there's potentially a threat to Everest's life, I'm going to try and hide a dagger at the ready at all times.
He'll, though, be like, what about the Death Keeper, Hazil?
Oh, he's a bear now. Druids and all that. Managed to pin her, or at least knock her down. I think
Right.
that was enough to knock some sense into her.
Well, then we should hurry back before anything else happens.
Right.
Follow after the doctor. Just like, fucking have to deal with all this shit.
I will say, Doctor, as you walk away,
Mhm.
with your passive, easy enough. And I will say, Hujan, with your check as well. As you guys are walking in the distance, turn and you see a humanoid form hoisted in the air, bright glowing eyes, watching. It's a lot of you move through the streets. Powerful,
Hoisted by the
Pure.
hair.
hoisted by the hair.
Am I getting?
Covered. It's who you think it might be.
Ping, no
Steven.
mind. Thank you.
Yeah.
Like, glance
who?
to it, make eye contact through the glass, continue.
I was gonna say, am I
is-
getting the God King feeling?
Yes, it is everywhere.
Oh yeah, fair.
Mhm,
I'm very
but
uncomfortable.
I'm very uncomfortable with
But
the
you do notice
situation in
it.
the studio.
We'll just give like a
you.
nod essentially, and then keep going, as like a thank you.
Right. As you guys make your way back to the crypt, you descend down. Everest, Hazil, Octavia, still resting down there.
So
time.
Everest is petting Hazel.
Hazel's just like big fucking black bear, just sort of flumped down, just not even like just being like, "This'll happen, I guess."
Getting head scratches.
Hmm.
A lot of you hear footsteps
Just like
descending.
pleased huffs.
Mhm. As eventually your friends and Aquilin's guard descend back into the chamber.
I'm not gonna even stop. I'm just gonna walk a few more steps forward, summon my greatsword, and point it at Everest. Just be like, back away from the bear.
I'm positioning myself behind Hujan.
In Hujan's head, you hear, "It's all right. Everything's fine." Mom."
I'm
From
gonna
what
just
I hear,
slowly
everything
tip my
is
head
not
up.
fine.
Yeah. It wasn't.
Back away from the bear.
She's just gonna put both hands up and like, yeah, whatever. And slowly kind of just push herself backwards a little bit, just so they're not touching anymore. Not far away, just enough to be compliant, but it's malicious compliancy.
Now, would you care to tell me what happened while we were gone?
Do I have a choice at this point?
No.
Didn't think so. This is my problem, not yours, Hujan.
You've made it my problem. I am your superior, and anything that you do now reflects on me and our army.
Maybe you should have asked more questions then.
I didn't ask you to tell me what you were thinking right now about your problem and how it affects everyone around you. I'm asking you to tell me what the fuck happened.
Apparently, I was in need of a spell book.
Why?
Why else would one need a spell book?
You have no need for one. I've never seen you use any kind of magical capabilities.
Not me.
Then, who?
Who do you think you hear in your head, Hujan?
Right. Your friend.
I wouldn't call us friends.
was unaware that this one could control you if necessary.
It's only happened once before.
He's gonna take a few more steps and kind of keep his greatsword down at his side, but out. And he's gonna walk right up to Everest. And are you like crouched down, sitting down next to Hazil? Are you still sitting, or did you stand up?
No, she's still sitting, but her hand is sitting on top of her weapon.
Yeah. He's gonna crouch down in front of you and look almost as if he's trying to look into you at this thing. And just kind of be like, I suggest you keep a tighter leash on your friend here, Everest. I wouldn't want to see what happens when he comes face to face with a Grisha.
And in your head, because I know what the answer is, I would relish the opportunity.
Well, I hope you continue to look forward to it. Because if anyone is going to remove you from this plane, it will be me.
Promise?
I'm a man of my word. If we do not find a way to remove this thing from you, Everest, I will remove you. He'll stand up and let his greatsword go back.
With this conversation, oh, go ahead.
For the class?
Sorry.
Is that just what you said?
Yeah. It's like anything for the class? What the fuck?
Right. Well, no point in keeping secrets, yes?
I suppose not at this point, since you can't keep your mouth shut. That was not for you, that was for her.
Do you recall when we were in the Druid's Grove and I sensed something attached to Everest?
Yes.
They seem to have some other thing being attached to them. I don't know a lot of the specifics, but they're intertwined. Do I remember what... I can't remember what presence I felt from them. Was it Faye?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Some-
very curious. Is anybody paying attention to the doctor?
Hazel's
I'm-
keeping a general eye on everyone.
Yeah, so
I'm watching Hujan so fucking hard right now.
I was getting ready to stab Hujan, so I don't care about the doctor right now.
Super fair. Then Hazel, you kind of saw throughout this whole conversation, Doctor not paying attention to the entirety of it, walking around looking for things, and very suddenly just turning and staring at something. That's it.
Mhm.
whatever it is that is attached to Everest, it's Fae in nature. And if it can
Right.
take control, seems a bit more powerful than we first imagined.
Right. But you're okay now, right, Everest?
I'm fine.
Best hope to
Okay.
stay fine.
Hujan, put your dick away. Stop the fucking measuring contest, will you?
Clearly,
Forget
you
it.
don't
You want to swing it
understand
around as much as you can. I don't understand.
what it means to have allies. There is no greater weakness nor cowardice than to turn one's back on those around you who are strong and helping you.
You don't even know what happened down here completely.
I heard and have seen
You
the
heard part of
outcome.
a story.
Well, I gave you a chance to explain yourself and you didn't. You want to tell me the story now? Now that your back is against the wall and no one has faith in you anymore? Is that what it takes? I have seen
I don't
the
care if you have
outcome
faith in me or not.
of your actions, Everest.
Have you
I
tried not being
believe that is enough, Seeker. You hear a voice boom from the corner of the room
He bows his head.
as the doctor has been watching a figure currently suspended by the hair that carries him. The sudden pressure overcomes all of you. It seems as though a great deal has been happening in my city without my knowing. I believe all of you have something for me. As you turn and see hovering above you an elderly man, human in origin, though obviously not anymore. A bone mask shaped like a skull sits on his face. Long, white curled hair, heavy robes, piercing, glowing eyes. You all stand before Godking Baras of the Shattered Necropolis, and he wants some answers from all of you. That is where we will end the session and pick up next time. Sorry to interject in the midst of the heated conversation, but I need to go to bed.
No, you're
Sorry.
perfectly fine.
Do some stuff.
I'm ready to throw down with Jake any day of the week.
Yeah, 100%.
I got my boy Weaver has my back.
Mhm.
I'm a bear.
Yeah, Hazel is not a pushover. Druid's scary.
Do it, Scooby.
Oh, something's going wrong.
Oh,
Take a minute.
I should say, because it is Baras and it is important, being a similar druid of the Circle of Valor.